The old and the new Taipei. Both kind of ugly. So I'm gonna be completely honest. People of Taipei don't hate me, but when I first visited, my first time visiting Taipei about 9 years ago. Wow, it's already been 9 years. But yeah, after landing, I remember being on the bus riding into the city and looking out the window and just thinking, Taipei is actually kind of ugly. I just kept seeing rows and rows of grimy buildings with metal rooftops and gated windows and barbed wire, and it just wasn't the most welcoming sight. But there is a but. As I have spent more time in Taipei, my view of it has changed. It changed quite a bit actually, so hence the title of this video. But first, so this was me when I first moved to Taiwan. Long hair, full of dreams and ambitions. Now short hair, but hopefully still on the same path. Just love the fancy cafe above the pile of metal. The greenery and the metal kind of mixing together to form a soft but rough image. There's just electrical wires dangling everywhere. It doesn't look safe, but I guess it's fine and it has its own kind of personality. So if you look outside here, hold on. If you look outside here, you can actually, I can actually reach out and grab this wire. I'm no idea where it comes from. I have no idea what it does. But there it is, just dangling outside my window. Those initial impressions of Taipei being kind of ugly has quickly become, at least for me, part of its personality and has added to the beauty of Taipei. So now looking back, I think Taipei is actually one of the prettiest and quirkiest cities that I've lived in. So the first space I chose to kind of show the beauty and the ugliness of Taipei is Yongkangjie. My mom grew up in Yongkangjie, so it's always had a special place in my heart. It's pretty famous in Taipei for being like one of the older streets that got developed. There's a lot of restaurants here. The original Ding Dai Feng is famous for being in Yongkangjie. Ooh, look at this fancy Leica store. It's a fancy one. Like, look at this place with all the spikes. Since this area is getting more and more popular, it's harder and harder to find affordable housing here. I think it's one of the more expensive areas in all of Taipei. So they have these electric scooters in Taiwan where you can use your phone to rent it and you can park it basically anywhere, and it's super convenient. I think it's I usually only spend about like $1 or $2 for like a 10 to 20 minute ride. It's another reason to love this place. So my next stop was an even older part of Taipei in Wanhua. So Wanhua is a lot denser than Yongkanjie. A lot more people live in the area, and I wanted to go there to kind of get like a livelier version of Taipei as well. So this area is famous for kind of being the red light district back in the day. Apparently this is where like a lot of the gangs used to hang out. I don't know about now. It seems pretty safe and normal now, but back then. Also, this area is known for selling snakes, and you can drink snake venom. And so this area got the name Snake Alley. Another cool thing about Taipei is that inside Snake Alley you also get like Michelin star restaurants and like really good food, and it's also connected to a night market. One of my favorite things about Taipei is that if you just keep looking up, you'll notice that a lot of rooftops have these gardens. It kind of adds like a mystery to the city where you're super curious about what that garden looks like on that rooftop. But I love that about Taipei, with its ugliness and all. So even though my parents both grew up in Taiwan, I was never able to come back as a kid, because after they moved to the States, they just never went back. And it wasn't until graduating college that I took a year off and decided to explore Taiwan on my own. Because basically, other than from what I saw and experienced with my family back in the States, I didn't get a lot of exposure to the Asian side of my culture. My Chinese was basically non-existent, and truthfully, like growing up in the States, I guess I felt more pressure to fit in than to kind of discover myself, if that makes sense. I guess my move to Taiwan kind of stemmed from a desire to find out more about my past, in a way find out more about myself, to be able to just express myself through video or photography or storytelling, just good stories, good people, and hopefully some good photos as well, and then just show you the ugliness and the beauty of my life.